Hello and forgot to move this back. Okay. Hello and welcome everyone to the sketch stream. My name is Anthony Reese and I will be working more on the Eddsworld movie film. Sorry for the lack of streams lately. I've been very busy with other things such as class and all that. But I do have a week of freedom to myself, so I'll be able to be using that time towards working on this. So as you can see, if you were here from the last sketch stream, I did work on a little bit on after what we've completed right here. At the moment, it's just pencil tests. So right now, what I've animated is so far is Ed will be shaking the piggy bank. Coins will fly out. You'll look at it and he'll sigh and then walk off. And hopefully we can do some really neat progress with that tonight. So thank you for everyone joining, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm just gonna try and move. Whether you noticed or not, I did get a brand new microphone. It's a Yeti Blue Pro, and it's literally a blue microphone, dark blue. It's really nice. I like it. I'm not sure if it's a drastic change from the Snowball microphone that I've been using, but hopefully it'll improve some audio quality here and there. We've got a lot of visitors, mostly on YouTube. Oh, no, never mind, mostly on Periscope. We've got 12 viewers from Periscope, but yeah, that looks really great. So I did spend a little time upgrading the stream. What you should be seeing right now is a little. We've got a brand new watermark right here. Welcome to SketchStream by Anthamation Studios. No biggie, just something to let you know where you are, I guess. And then I've added where the rules usually would be on the beginning of the stream. You would see this list of rules. Well, if you need some help for me to repeat those, that's easily found up here above the chat box right here, so please read over those carefully. And I do have a little bit right here that says please subscribe, and it is quite the most literal. What is that on my screen? Go off. Really? Yes. I will let you know, guys, for the sake of keeping the stream as healthy as I could keep it, there is a 60-second delay, so if it takes a while for me to respond to people's questions on the chat thing, I am very sorry. It's going to take 60 seconds for me to get that, or for you to get that. I mean, I'll get it almost immediately, but for it to show up, it'll take 60 seconds. Alright, so let's get started. So the first thing I really want to work on right now is, right now, I want to work on this transition from our pose from right here to this pose right here. And I've kind of pre-started on it very recklessly. And, let's see. Alright, so right now we've got Ed kind of turning his head towards the fourth wall right here, but he's looking that way. And for some reason I've added the little spikes in the back of his head to point this way, and this little spike to point that way, and in the other one it's pointing in completely opposite direction. So I guess what I have to do from here is when I'm doing my little in-between frames, it's going to be much difficult to get that in. just trying to sneak it in as fast as possible. So right now he's lifting the pig. So we're gonna doodle that just real quick. I've been doing this scene. I can actually show you. Well, I'm not sure if the stream will show it, but eh. Let's see. You won't be able to see it, but I will. I've been working on this scene. This file has been created. Oh wow. July 31st, so pretty much the beginning of August. So I'd say about 3 months now. I haven't gotten to it much, only because I've been super busy. Nah, I didn't finish this shot. There's a shot right here that I finished, of Ed doing this. Yeah, so that's the finished shot, and then I'm gonna add on to it right here with a pencil test. Yeah, you are exactly correct, Panda. And I did post it in the movie production crew group, and on Twitter and all that. You know, just to get it out there that I'm doing work, at least some of it. Alright, so back to this. What I essentially want to do is, this is kind of ugly for me, so I'm gonna restart this. Yeah, I'm gonna redo this little keyframe right here. Have my onion skin layers show me what's going on right here. Alright, so essentially what I'm doing right here is I'm gonna be drawing in-betweens. So in between this right here will be in betweening this bit right here. I'm actually gonna close those, and I'll be in betweening this. So this is the frame in between those two. Nothing too special, just the only thing that'll really get in the way is the hair, how I did it. As you can see, this side is different than that side, so I'll have to find a way to hide that in. If video quality's not that great, I'm very sorry. I'm still hooked with 1 megabyte per second Wi-Fi, and that's only because I'm not the only one that uses it. Yeah. Next question, what is it like to voice Ed? Is it pretty difficult to voice him? It's got its good bits and its bad bits. The first bit is, the good bit is I'm voicing Ed. I've been inspired by him for a long time. If I'm honest with myself, I've only known about him till after he passed away, unfortunately, and ever since then, ever since I've like started watching Eddsworld, it's been I've had like an obsession with it and everything, and then sooner or later I start doing impressions with him, slowly working on it. Start doing like little skits at school, recreating scenes from Hammer and Fail. I did get credit though. Like, those were from Eddsworld. You guys need to see it. So whenever I started doing that, don't send me links. I'm not sure what that is from Twitch. it's a link to something, and I can't access it for right now. I will later, though. Or at least I'll try. But, as far as voicing Ed, it's a godsend, because he's one of my lead inspirations to start animating. And it's an honor, but at the same time, it's somewhat a burden, because doing Ed's voice has also led to some problems online with people wanting me to do Ed's voice, and I'm just not really comfortable with just giving away his voice to anyone who just asks or offers to pay money. So it's kind of hard to get people to understand that it's not really my voice to give away. If it, let me put it into perspective, for the reasons that it's not really my voice, the impression itself, it just wouldn't feel right to voice everybody's project that they want. I get certain emails from people saying that they want me to voice an Ed line. That's what I'm gonna call it. They want me to voice Ed, and I simply have to tell them no and give them the 3 reasons. Number 1, it's not my voice to give away. Number 2, I don't want to be known as the guy who sounds a lot like Ed. Voice acting is really more of a secondary hobby. Animating is my first, so I'd rather be noted for doing the animation than voicing Ed, but it is pretty cool. It is a little bit hard to try and get some pitches. If I'm voicing something that Mark Lavallo, the director of the movie, if I feel like something isn't right with the line, like for instance, Ed laughing, I don't know, like something a little bit too silly that Ed wouldn't do, because there are some characteristics in his voice that I'd like to carry through the entire movie, and sometimes I have to, point out to Mark, hey, let's do something Ed would actually do. He wouldn't be too silly or too obnoxious. He's usually unenthusiastic about his voice acting, so nothing that requires too much of a high pitch, and nothing that would require too much. Something that's more of a relaxed feel. The next question: what are your thoughts about my idea about picking up the pace for the movie by Minnesota animators being moved up? I don't know. That's really up to Mark. I'm fairly certain that the ones who are chosen to do Minisodes and all that, I think they're chosen to do Minisodes for a reason and not the movie. But that's just something that that's just something you'd have to talk to Mark with. I'd rather just suggest with the lead animators doing the movie for now. But I'm already good with the pace that we're going with, as long as we're like nice and relaxed and we're doing this all, It's not really push for time either, so I wouldn't see how that would be a problem. Can I do original voices? What's other voices if I wanted to? I've always liked doing Family Guy voices. Those were always fun, but I just know I'm terrible with them. I like to do Peter Griffin, Stewie Griffin. I like to do Hank Hill. For some of the impressions that I like, that other impressions that I like to do here and there would be only for comedic value and wouldn't actually be put into production. I guess a voice that would actually put in production is, I guess, my own voice. I don't know if that would like disappoint anybody or something, but I can do some other just something more generic, like an evil villain or a British mastermind. Put more pep into it. You're doing great. Jeez. So, jeez, you're all distracting me. If this was a Q&A, I'd be more engaged into these questions, but I'm drawing and talking at the same time. But I enjoy the questions. Don't stop or whatever. It's just I'm trying to draw through this, and stopping to ask questions, it's not gonna say it's getting in the way. It's just I'm not very good with multitasking, I guess. When I'm out with friends, you know, when the time is right, I just like to add some funny voices. Like if I hear like some sort of innuendo, I like to say giggity, and it just makes the situation kind of funnier. Sadly, that's the only way I could make my friends like me or think I'm funny. Sometimes I like to add in like Herbert the Pervert. Some places like, "Hey there, Stewie, you like popsicles? I got the freezer full of popsicles down in the cellar. Mmm." See, I do, when it comes to picking lines to do for Ed, I usually just go by what Mark Lavallo writes, and, you know, most of the time his stuff is pretty okay. It's pretty content, but Best of Both Worlds, I'll admit, was kind of out of my boundaries. The writing, it was I've said it and admitted like multiple times that it went out of my range to do it as far as me being comfortable with it, but I trust in Mark, and the episode was a big hit, so I'm not really complaining. It got the voice out there. May not have been delivered the best way, but it's out there. It's just good. As far as timing, that's I think whoever puts the voices in the Flash, which I think it's Mark. Oh, yeah. Yes. But the fact that, you know, Best of Both Worlds wasn't, like, a complete dud or anything. I mean, Tom got to notice the voice of me and Tal, and that's good enough for me. I feel really bad for the Matt voice actor. A lot of hate came to him, and I just kind of felt eternally bad. I'm like, oh god, I did... Ugh. I felt, very bad because of the hate James Horsley got for his voice. Some people found it good. I'm grateful for that, but most of them were like, he needs a little work, or they were just obnoxious with it. I did not like it either, Anthony, but I felt like there were some flaws that bugged me. Yeah. Let's just promise that we could reinforce the movie or any future minisodes with a little more revision to the script and the screenplay. I know I'll try and keep that in touch with Mark. Alright, so... Alright, this one, I want him to actually blink, so... Yeah, sometimes I'm late, sometimes I'm late, with the involvement. I'm like, ooh, that reminds me of something. I'm gonna try and do something. Oh, that's what I should have said. God damn it, I'm supposed to be doing closed eyes, and... Ugh. Alright, so we have just a bit of keyframe right there. I don't know why there's legs right here. I'm gonna add those later. So now I'm gonna draw the little long in between right here. That's gonna be in the middle of this frame and the frame that I just drew. Probably the best and worst part about animation. This is practically your judgment. If your in-between is just a little bad, you know, it's okay, but, you know. Oh, in-betweens can be so fun. What's the worst mistake I've ever made while working on an animation? Thinking I could actually animate. Just kidding. Probably not learning how to do frame by frame earlier. Because what I used to do was do it in a very lazy and kind of time consuming fashion of doing symbols and repetitive frame by frame tweens, and it was just not the kind of look I was looking for, and I knew that it wouldn't be that fun for me if people started to take a look at that and say it's bad animation, and I could only help but to agree with them. I guess another mistake would be, I guess the worst mistake while working on an animation. I guess overusing tweens, like I said. Overusing tweens and all that. Do I have any tips for animation or just art in general? Don't listen to music. I've talked to this with Panda not too long ago. This was actually advice from the art director for Who Framed Roger Rabbit. His name is Richard Williams. For those who don't know him, he's the guy who did the animation direction for Who Framed Roger Rabbit. He's had his own personal experiences, as told in his animator's survival kit. You can find it there if you don't have it. But basically what he said was, if you don't listen to music, you'll be surprised of how fast you'll start to improve. It didn't make sense to me at first, but I completely got it afterwards. Because essentially what you're doing is you're eliminating even when you're in a quiet room and you're listening to, just some quiet jazz or something like that, you're still putting some distraction in your mind. So when you're drawing, like what I'm doing right now, you won't be focusing on little details. Like this isn't final, so I'm not too much worried about that. But if you're doing final work like inking and doing your final layers, where it's about to be presented as the final, it's best to not listen to any music at all, because what you're doing is eliminating the distractions in your head. When you're doing little details like really up close, you're not thinking about those details, you're thinking about what's running through your head, whatever it is, music, jazz, or any distractions near you. What's best to do is essentially go into a room that's private to you and yourself. Just kind of keep everything to yourself. Try and find peace and quiet out of anything, really. Because when you do that, you'll start to focus on tiny details that could later be your key to a new learning curve. Alright, so now I'm gonna do the keyframe where it connects to these two frames. And just to let you guys know, this is just a little pencil test. It's not the real deal. I will be tracing over this, but there will be corrections made when I do so. Thank you, Catherine. Thanks for sticking along, Joe. Alright, so these are just little keyframes. They're not the prettiest, I know. It's not the prettiest, I know. But promoting, I absolutely approve it. Get me out there, Joe, and I'll give you a cookie. Like, drawn cookie. I'd appreciate it. Thank you. I'm just gonna cheat right here. Thanks, Joe. Okay. Alright. So we've got our little pencil test right here so far. So now I want to make the little transition from this to right here. So I think I'll make some blank frames right here. That one nerdo. Whom is there? Who is this? That's one nerdo. Spreading it around did work somehow. Yeah, that's how peanut butter works, as far as I know. Thanks, Joe. Now I gotta do that little thing again, where it's where I gotta get this little tree thing of the hair from right here to right here. So oh no, wait, it's the other way around. Oh, it's Ronnie. Hello, Ronnie. Thank you for joining the boring stream. Yeah. Thanks for clearing that up, Joe. There's a 60-minute... not minute, that'd be horrible. 60-second delay, so it could take a little bit to get the message from one point to the other. So, sorry about that. It's just to keep the stream healthy. Yeah, sorry. Yep. It sucks to suck. And also sucks to have bad Wi-Fi, so... Right now I'm running at around 400 kilobytes per second. I've only had 1.2% dropped frames, so that's a good thing. You don't have to ask questions. You can just sit down and enjoy the boring process of animation. Or what I like to call animation. Some people call it trash. But, yeah. Just think of random questions that people ask. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. How do you feel about the... how do you feel about the Eddsworld fan base in general? Well, there's good and there's evil. However, with the Eddsworld fan base, there is nothing but evil. There are some good people, and there are some bad people, but it'd be nice for them to stop, but it's kind of pointless to try to get them to stop. And most of the time, whenever if I have like some friends who are kind of in that kind of thing, kind of like in that kind of deal with Eddsworld, and you know, as long as they're not pressuring me to do it, I just kind of leave them alone, which some people may think is a sin, but you know, can't really stop them, but I'm not going to join them. I mean, there's a good time and a bad time to do things, and certainly this would be a bad time to fantasize about Ed and Tom having sexual intercourse. Any time, as a matter of fact, would be a bad time to think of such things and then express them in such ways. They think they know what they're doing, but they don't. They just don't. Honestly, I think the fan base is a bunch of unsupervised children that has no idea what a child block is. And they should be glad and thankful for that, I suppose. Yeah, which really sucks. Jara Creations. I don't know who that is. I'm sorry. Yeah, basically middle school. Middle school fantasies where they scream at their children and such. Alright, let's see what the rest of this... Alright. Very, very good. So this is what we have so far. That's... Alright. Let's take a look here at what we have so far. Oh, wait. Gotta have the pupils and mouth. Alright, so that's essentially all of the torso bits. I don't know who any of you are. Well, just kidding. I know some of you. I know I met Ronnie yesterday, and I think I talked to Jara Creations yesterday as well, but I can't remember. I'm very bad with names. We have a new subscriber, that one Nerdo. Thank you for subscribing. Yeah. Yeah, my bad. I'm very sorry. Alright, so we can add more to the little pencil test. I think Hammer and Fail and Hammer and Fail 2 was like the best episodes because number one, they were like my first episodes to watch. They were extremely funny and very original. I've never seen anything like it, and it was just amazing. I liked every bit of it. That was the highlight of Eddsworld, in my opinion. Thanks for understanding. Oh yeah, and I do that too. I sneeze a lot. Alright. So, I kind of have two choices. I could stay on the pencil test and kind of work out some details about it. or I could jump to the final inking process. What do you guys want to do? It's up to you now to save Anthony from making a bad mistake. Thank you for the 60-second delay. Bless you. If you haven't seen or noticed already, there's a 60-second delay to the stream just to keep my Wi-Fi from coughing up bad stuff. Because right now I'm currently running at 300, 400 kilobytes per second. Not that fast. Yeah. Okay. I've got a lot of viewers on Periscope. Sadly, I can't talk to them. I got 1 on Picardo and 4 on YouTube. Thank you. Oh yeah, I guess I forgot some details right here. Second choice, I forgot the second choice. Oh yeah, jump to final. Yeah, I can do that. Just gonna finish up some... We've got a lot of second choice, which is jumping to final, right? Yeah, I think so. Alright, so... Alright, but... First, I need to make some leg movements. Well, actually, I can do that later. Alright, second choice. We're gonna move on to the final. So basically, we don't need our, we don't need the, thing right here. We don't need onion skinning. No more. We just need the trace. Well, we do need onion skinning, but we can kind of use that as our guide. So yay. We get to do some fun inking. Is there anything you watch besides Eddsworld? I watch a lot of Studio Yada. Um, if I, fulfill my dreams of going to college and learning to animate professionally and all that, I think one of my first goals is to try to be on Studio Yada because they make some really great animations, and being on their team would be a dream. For those who don't know, Studio Yada makes Starbomb music videos, and they made lots of other things for several clients. They're a freelance company, and Paul Tavord is actually with Studio Yada, so that's another reason. I also watch hmm. Does it have to be like a webtoon? I wonder how you met Mark and joined Ezra Fan movie. Easy, I asked nicely. No, I'm not kidding. I asked nicely. I asked if I could join. I told him I had an Intuos. At the time, I had an Intuos. I had a Wacom Intuos. And I basically asked if I could animate something for them, and then I animated part of a trailer that was supposed to be for them, and then like it was literally 5 seconds of it. He said, "Welcome Anthony to the animation team." I was like, okay, and that was pretty much the beginning, and then I gotten more involved with it. I read a lot of Scott Pilgrim comics. As far as other tunes go, there was this pilot that I watched that I'm really hoping it would be green lit, whatever that verb pronoun, whatever, I don't care. It was something about Planet Panic. Can't remember the creator's name, but Studio Yada helped animate it, and it looked really great, and I hope I could watch that very soon. Alright. That's an interesting story. My way of, knowing Mark isn't really that noble of any sorts. It's just, hey, can I animate for you? He said, animate this. I said, okay. He said, wow, you're good. That's good. You're good. Let's put you in the movie. I was like, okay. Let's put you as animation guy. One of them. Holla, regard. I can't really respond back to Periscope users for the text bit, and yeah, I don't know what to say for regard and holla. Flully pans. I don't know how to say that. I'm sorry. Ugh. Alright, I actually want to skip this bit. Ciao. Alright. Well then. You know, whatever works with you. Flully. Something I can't pronounce. Whatever works with you. Hello, yeah. Welcome to the stream. I'd offer you refreshments, but unfortunately that is not possible. And also me being entertaining is not possible. Just to clear up for you, there is a 60-second delay. So if it looks like I get your message late, I'm sorry. I do that to keep the health of the stream as healthy as I can because of the crap internet that I have. So just bear with me. I'm sure you do, Joe. I'm sure you do just as much hard work as everyone else does for the movie. We're all just trying to progress, and hopefully we can get this thing done and the fans happy. Can't believe it's just been an hour and 30 minutes since I've started the stream. Alright. Thank you for joining the stream, Ronnie. Really appreciate it. Safe travels, friend. Hello. Let's see. Salam, hey, Actuapi Thefi? No offense to anyone watching this on Periscope, but you guys think of some really weird usernames. Thank you for joining this stream again with the holla. It's weird. Alright, gonna take a look. Just gonna take a look at how these look so far. Oh lordy. Hello. Alright, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more keyframes to go, and then I'll call this stream a night. It could be from another country. I don't know. But welcome to the stream anyways. I am not a racist. I welcome all of my viewers. Except Bob. Nobody likes Bob. Nah, just kidding. To all of those people who are named Bob, I didn't mean to offend you. Loud Bob. Oh, that's not what I was really referring to. I was just being I was just trying to be funny. I didn't mean Loud Bob, but I guess you could say that. I don't like people who are loud. Nor do I like people who are named Bob. Nah, just kidding. People named Bob are actually kind of nice. Hi, I'm Bob from Bob's Burgers. You know Bob from that show, Bob's Burgers? I can do Bob from that show, Bob's Burgers. Hi, I'm Bob from that show, Bob's Burgers. my honest opinion about Eddsworld recap. I haven't watched many of them. I've watched a few of them, and I guess my only impression is they're basically content feeders. You know, just to feed the starving fans content and, you know, something to keep them going for the movie. Which, by the way, this is proof that I'm still doing my part, at least. If only more of them could see that. I'll try to get Mark to, you know, announce that I do streams. Huh. That's weird. Alright, it's 1 o'clock right now. I've gotten as much done as I can in the, yeah, it's been a minute and 45, well, 1 hour and 45 minutes. I think I'm gonna stop the stream from right here. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got so far. Alright, we're gonna see that one more time and then I'll do my closing statements. Alright, so that's pretty much it for the stream. Little closing statements I'd like to say. I'm very and terribly sorry that streams are less frequent as they are. I try to find time to do things, but usually I'm not allowed. For those who didn't know, I turned 18 last week, last Monday on the 13th, and just wanted to let you guys know that those who follow me on Twitter, you guys may see some, new type of art styles. Hint, hint, not safe for work. I've always wanted to, try, you can go ahead and ask your question. You can ask your question, Joe. I've always wanted to try and experiment with not safe for work art. So I've waited till I'm 18 to actually try and start doing that, and hopefully I can try and perfect in that area as much as I do in this kind of bit. What will I be doing for Thanksgiving? I will be spending some time with my partner and being with her family and all that. Just eating the turkey, I guess. So, yeah, it's best to know that if you guys follow me and you don't like that, that's fine. So, yeah. Thank you all today or tonight, for joining the stream. I'll be closing out right about now, and I hope you guys can be here for the next one. Please be sure to subscribe to Anthamation, YouTube, Twitch, wherever you're watching this. So thank you so much for sticking along, and I want to give a quick shout out to Joe for staying with us in the stream. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. If you guys want to share the stream on Facebook, Twitter, and all that, please feel free to do so. I don't mind it. I welcome it anytime to get the word out that I'm doing things and I want people to see. That's completely okay with me. Alright, so one last thing I want to point out. In a few days, ads will be presented on Anthamation.com. That's just to help raise some site revenue, and it's not going to be like in the way of anything really. They're both to the side, and there's a banner one on the bottom. There was ads on there for a short period, but I guess I kind of abused that by mistake. They had me under 30 days probation, no monetization on YouTube either, so I did this video completely for free. You're welcome. Alright, so I guess that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream, and I hope you guys have a really good night. Anthony Reese out.